A Little Book of Language by David Crystal, Chapter 1, Baby Talk. We sometimes do some silly things with language. One of the silliest happens when we find ourselves in front of a new baby. What do? We talk to it. We probably say, hello, or what's your name, or aren't you lovely, or something like that. Why do we do that? The baby certainly hasn't learned any language yet. It can't possibly understand a word of what we're saying, and yet we talk to it as if it does. The baby's mother is usually the first to strike up a conversation with it. Here's an actual example, which was audio recorded just a few minutes after one baby was born.
Oh, you're gorgeous, you are. You are. Oh, yes, you are. Hello. Aren't you beautiful?
And she went on like this for quite a while she cuddled the new arrival. The baby, meanwhile, wasn't paying the slightest attention. It had stopped crying and had its eyes shut. It may even have been asleep, but the mother didn't care. She was being totally ignored, and yet she kept on talking. And talking in a very funny way. I can't easily write down the way her voice went, but it was something like this.
Oh, you're gorgeous, you are.
At the beginning of her sentence, her voice was very high, and she then let it fall all the way down. It was almost as if she was singing. When she said hello, her voice went very high again, and she stretched the word out, hello. The aren't you beautiful was very high too, as if she was asking a question. The other thing she did, which we can't see from the way the words are written down, is that she rounded her lips while she spoke, puckering them as if she was giving someone a kiss. If we say something, it doesn't matter what, aren't you a lovely little baby then? But say with our lips pushed out as far as we can and listen to how it sounds like baby talk. And that's exactly what people call it. The lip rounding is an important feature of baby talk. So is the exaggerated melody of the voice. And there's another unusual feature of the way the mother was talking to her baby. She said the same thing over and over.
Oh, you're gorgeous. You are.
Now, that's not very normal. When would you ever go up to someone and say the same thing 3 times in a row? We don't meet a friend in the street and say, Hi John, coming to the shop? We'd probably be locked up if we did that. Yet we talk like that to babies and nobody notices anything odd about it at all. Why did the mother do it? Why do so many of us do it? Let's think about it from Mom's point of view first. She so loves that baby and she wants to tell it so, but there's something else. She wants the baby to tell her back. Unfortunately, baby can't talk yet, but maybe she thinks if I can get the baby to just look at me, to see me for the first time, if I can just get the baby's attention. We'll never get someone's attention if we stay quiet or say ordinary things. Instead, we shout or we whistle. We say something different, something noticeable. Hey Fred, over here, yoo-hoo! Think about yoo-hoo for a moment. What a strange pair of noises to make. But we hear people make noises like that when they want someone over the road to notice them. And we make different noises when we want to get the attention of babies. We'll never get them to notice us if we say ordinary things in an ordinary way. I have listened to many recordings of conversations with newborn babies, and nobody ever talks to them like this in a matter-of-fact tone of voice. Good morning. I am your mother. This is a hospital. That is a midwife. Here is a bed. Your name is Mary. That's the sort of language we use to talk to young children when they are a bit older. It's more businesslike, more informative, more like a teacher. People talk to 2-year-olds like that. Careful, that's a hot tub. There's a cold one. We don't talk to newborn babies in this way. Now, think about it from the baby's point of view. Here you are, just arrived in the world, and all sort of things are going on. It's not been all that pleasant an experience being born, and you've been crying a lot. But things are settling down now. You are warm, and you feel comfortable, and someone is making noises at you. Nonsense noises, but still, are they worth paying attention to? If you're hearing, "This is a hospital, that is a midwife, here is a bed," said in an everyday, flat tone, you might well conclude that this new world is going to be deadly boring, and you might as well go back to where you came from. But if you hear, "Oh, you're gorgeous," sweeping melodiously from high to low and repeated several times, well, maybe this new world is going to be interesting after all. Maybe I should open my eyes and see. Oh, some rather interesting looking lips. So who's that then? She looks rather nice. Baby talk is one of the ways mothers and others develop a strong bond with their babies. And it lays the foundations for the development of language. Without realizing it, by talking to babies in this way, we are beginning to teach them their mother tongue, or tongues, of course, if the baby is in a family where more than one language is spoken. By repeating the sentences and making them noticeable, we're kickstarting the process of language learning. When people start to learn a foreign language, they know what they need in order to say their first words. They need to hear them said over and over, loud and clear, by someone who knows how to do it. It's the same with babies. If they hear the same sounds and words and word patterns repeated, they'll soon pick up the language. They'll soon pick the language up. But how soon is soon? How long does it take babies to learn to talk? And which bits of their mother tongue will they learn first? Babies, budgies, and bangs. We talk baby talk to babies, but there are 2 other occasions when we use baby talk. One is when we talk to animals. If we listen carefully to someone talking to a pet, what we hear is something very like what happens when we talk to babies. Indeed, it can be even more peculiar, and people don't realize they are doing it. I once recorded my mom talking to her budgie and then played it back to her afterwards. She couldn't believe she sounded so strange, but the budgie didn't think so. And the other occasion? It's when we tease our friends and treat them as if they are babies. Imagine, you bang your finger on something and you look to your friend for a bit of sympathy. But your friend thinks you're making a fuss about nothing. You hold up your finger, look, and say, "Look, it's sore," you say. "Oh, did Didymus hurt the little finger then?" asks your friend. Of course, they might not stay your friend for long after that.